play you, although I didn't get it set up. But first of all, Chip, I said, what do you think of Lethal Weapon, the TV show?
Uh-huh.
And Chip said, I love it. And I said, love it? He said, yeah.
Why am I not surprised?
And I said, Joe and I they almost lost us on episode 2.
I haven't watched any more of them.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, I said, because I thought you were going to give it another chance. So I said, I watched a couple more. I said, it's okay. I don't love it, but, it's all right. And then I said, have you seen The Exorcist? And he said, no. And I said,
I'm not surprised by that either.
I said, oh my God. I go, I don't want to give it away, but, and then I started telling him, he's like, are you giving it away? And I go, well, no, but, because I've so been waiting for you to be on, because this last episode, though, I don't know. What do you...
Why? Which one was the last episode? You mean the very last one?
Yeah, her crawling upside down, like...
That's from the movie.
I know, and I get that. It was a little bit like, really? That's how you're going to run? Like, you have a human body?
It's a little weird. Yes.
If I'm a demon, I'm going to go,
but
what's the best way to run? Right. But no, I love that reveal.
Yeah, that was
like,
pretty awesome. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. I'm like, and of course I turned to my wife and she's, she she doesn't even watch it. So she was just like, what? And,
well, the only thing I'm worried about is I hear that it's not
going
great in
that
ratings, so I'm
and
worried
Lethal
that it's gonna
Weapon
end.
and haven't heard about MacGyver, but you didn't listen to the show, but Chip and I talked about how MacGyver sucks.
Really? That's odd.
I know, right? So I watched the first episode. I thought maybe it'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? And so I watched that first episode, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, come on. And Chip said he only watched the first 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes of the first episode, and was like, no, this ain't my MacGyver. And because they give the guy a mullet, and they think that's MacGyver.
Really?
So, yeah. So
nice.
I said, well, my point is... So I go, I'm going to give it another chance. I'll watch one more episode. So I watched
one more season.
So I watched the second episode, and they make this car out of other, like...
Cars?
Yeah. They take, like, doors and put on to another car to make it like an A-team vehicle they make to get out of Korea. And it was like... And it's him and his buddy and whatever, and then there's, like, all the special effects are, like, cheesy, but, yeah, I've heard...
Okay, who are they making these shows for?
I have no idea, and it's on... I think that one's on CBS, yeah, because I had to go to the app.
I mean, anybody who knows MacGyver is our age.
Yeah.
And we're not going to like it, because if we like the original, this isn't going to be as good as that.
Yeah.
And younger people aren't going to give a shit.
Yeah.
They have Jason Bourne. They have the new Bond movies.
Yeah.
MacGyver is kind of
a
joke compared to the movies these days. So who are they making these shows for? They're redoing Lethal Weapon. They're redoing Exorcist. They're redoing MacGyver. What else are they going to...
Yeah.
There's something else I heard about they were going to redo.
Well, remember when they did... Because I was thinking about this last night. I just barely watched that newest Exorcist. But remember I was like, wow, what took them so long to make this? But they made Rosemary's Baby, remember? And it lasted like a couple... Oh, no, never mind. That was a TV movie they did. It was like a mini event.
Oh, well, they did Uncle Buck. I forgot about Uncle Buck.
Yeah, Uncle Buck's awesome. Yeah. But what about George Wendt? No. But, yeah, I don't know. I think the MacGyver thing is like, well, you can make all this stuff out of whatever, but it's kind of ridiculous because, for one, the actor sucks.
Oh.
And his narration, Richard Dean Anderson just worked for him doing, like, what you do, you take some Pine Sol and you mix it with Listerine and you make a bomb. And stuff like that. Stuff like this guy will make, like, say, why do you have, one of the things MacGyver did that was great was, remember, I think it was that very first episode, she goes, what are you going to do, make a bomb out of chewing gum? And he goes, why, you got some? Yeah. And it's like, oh, cool. And he'll try to do that. Like, you got to, and it's just, so that one. But yeah, I've heard Lethal Weapon wasn't doing, I heard that, you probably heard the same thing, 98 KPD. They said that, and The Exorcist, right, was on there, like you said. So I was thinking that last night when I'm like, I like that the double, is that an entendre or is that a...
What are you talking about?
I like the Pope is coming. It's his back.
Yes.
And it says he's coming.
Yeah.
And it means the devil. And that you thought that there was the one devil was what it was about. And it's all about the demons.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it was...
well, if they're going to cancel it, I hope that they would at least give it
finish
a full season.
Yeah.
And that they end it. So it's just a one-season show. It's fine.
Yeah.
I just really like the show. So if they're going to cancel it, fine. But at least complete it in this season.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that happened to me with Minority Report. I started to watch it, and Danielle goes, "It's getting bad reviews," and I go, "Yeah, but it's kind of interesting. Like the three of them are separated."
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't watch it.
And so I'm like, okay. And the one girl was like, she could still, they could each see different things. Yeah, so they could each see different things. So the one could know that something was coming, but not know when. The other one had dates. The other guy was big.
They were dating?
Yeah.
Oh,
the other guy was big. So then all of a sudden, it just 10 episodes and it's over. And so I'm like, what the fuck? Like, at least finish it. Like, Alias knew that they were finishing, so it was a quick fucking wrap up, but they at least wrapped it up within, So yeah, I'm with you. Anywho, I've got a bunch of things. So I don't know if you remember, because sometimes you just talk.
Sometimes yeah.
But said some bad things about some people.
Who did?
You did. You said bad things about Gina Davis in The Exorcist. You said she's looking haggard or looking rough. You said
a little rough.
And then
she's getting older.
And then I understand. She doesn't look as good as she does up there in
that was
Long Just Good Night. 98, 99.
90s?
Yeah, it's the late 90s. If you look at should be on the bottom of the poster. Anyway, Long Just Good Night. And
I guess it was the 90s.
She, what had happened with that, so you said that, and then you said about this guy named Pauly Shore. You said even his parents don't like Pauly Shore. And Chip.
I'm gonna say that what I meant to say by that was I don't think Pauly Shore's parents like him as much as Chip likes him.
Oh, okay.
I don't like him at all.
Yeah, you don't Encino Man, nothing.
No.
The farmer.
The only one that I thought was remotely
the farmer.
funny. No, was Son of. Yeah.
Yeah, Son-in-Law. Yeah.
But I haven't seen it since then, so I don't know if it holds up at all.
Right. That's part of my segment. Doesn't hold up, but we'll have to. Now we got to rent that movie. No. I do still want to rent. I'll get back to this in a second, but I do still want to rent Condor Man.
Oh yeah, I want to
and
watch
Megaforce.
I can do without Megaforce. But
I don't think I've ever seen it. If so, I watched it just to watch it, and I don't remember it.
No.
But I heard they were going to make a sequel and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chip.
If you ever get your hands on Condor Man, let me know.
Oh, it's $2.99 to rent or $10 to buy. If you want to pitch in, we can buy it. Amazon.
Oh.
I mean, you buy it digitally, and then hopefully.
Oh, you mean on Amazon Prime?
On regular Amazon, you got to buy it through Amazon for digital.
Oh, I didn't know.
Or Google. You can buy Google or Amazon.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And maybe even iTunes might have it, but it's like $10.
But it's not an actual.
Which
DVD.
is not much.
It's not actually
right.
DVD.
The DVD is like because it's Disney, so it's like hard to find. I think it's.
Oh, is it in their vault?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll remake it one day.
Yeah, and then we'll go.
I was looking forward. They were planning to redo Black Hole.
Oh yeah.
During when they had Tron was coming out, but then since it bombed, I think they put it away.
Yeah, well,
because it was going to be done by the same guy that did the Tron sequel, and I was really looking forward to that because I liked that movie.
I'm waiting for Last Starfighter, but I think something's going on with that, like some kind of legal rights or the guy something.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I want to preface this by saying that we got an email. Oh, so Chip defended Pauly Shore.
Okay.
Chip said at an hour and 20
what else am I going to say? But
that's right. At an hour and 20 minutes into our podcast, I said, "What do you have to say to Joe about Pauly Shore?" Pauly Shore is deeper than you think, and da-da-da. And he went off on this whole
So
thing.
that was a straight face?
Yeah, well, I don't... Oh, yeah, I did have him on Skype, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So he was like, yes.
Where's he at?
He's in Colorado.
It's the high altitude.
That's right. He did say, and I gave this up on the podcast with him because I accidentally said that he worked at Walmart, but I always tell him, you should have observations working at Walmart. Like, you have to have some kind of white trash. But I always thought, he said, no, Colorado's different than Arizona, like not as white trash. And
Walmart is Walmart.
So I thought maybe. Then the other day, he tells me, we're talking about MacGyver, and he says, me and the guy are going, a mullet does not make MacGyver. And we're going, yeah. And he goes,
it does make a Walmart.
And he goes, you can't put a mullet on a kid and make him MacGyver. He goes, sure as shit. We turn, and there's a little boy walking by with a mullet. I said, wow.
Nice.
So.
Well, maybe if he's not seeing the white trash at Walmart.
Right.
Maybe that's because he's the white
that is true. That's what my wife says that to me.
You don't know who the asshole of your friends is because you're the asshole.
Yeah. My wife says that to me, like, that's because you're white trash. I go, oh. So we got a couple emails.
Let's go see
Back to the Future 3. And go sit at his house and watch part 2.
Yeah.
God, the times of video rentals, we drove all around looking for that. I had to go to his house and watch it. Okay. Dear Philip and Joe.
Yes.
Should I preface this? You want to know who this is from?
No.
Okay.
So if I can figure it out as you're reading.
Dear Philip and Joe. I don't know if anybody else will, but you might. Dear Philip and Joe, I just had some questions. 1, have you guys ever been in any movies? 2, are you guys proficient with a bow and arrow? 3, are either one of you in Mensa? 4, and my last question, do you guys ever age?
Do we what?
Ever age.
Oh, age.
Yeah. I asked because you guys seem to judge TV shows and movies all the time. Who are you to be the thumbs up and thumbs down emperor in the Colosseum of life? It takes a lot of hard work to make a movie. My second question that I asked was whether you two can shoot a bow and arrow. Again, that is something that takes immense amount of skill. So I doubt that you guys could do it. Then I asked if you guys are in Mensa, which is for smart people. It seems that you're not, with your childish humor and your dumb decisions every show. Then, of course, discussions every show. Almost. Then, of course, the last question was, do you guys ever age? I asked that because I hear you guys talk about some actors or actresses that don't look as good as they did in their youth. Well, you guys have figured out... Well, you guys may have figured this out because you say that you are fans of mine. But for those who don't, my name is Gina Davis, and I have been in 44 movies. I am even in one that Philip and Joe seem to like a lot. I placed 24th out of 28th semifinalists for Olympic archery team in August of 1999. I am a member of Mensa, as are James Woods and some other people, with an IQ of 140. Last but not least, I am only 60, you stupid fucks. I hope you age horribly, Gina Davis. So, that's one. We got the second one. It's all because of you. Kind of ruined my joke, but hey, buddies. I wanted to write to Joe about some bad things that he said to me. You said some really hurtful things to and about me. You said that my own parents don't like me. How dare you? My mother just died recently. You are a son of a bitch, Pauly Shore. Short and sweet.
Yeah. It's good to hear from him again.
So, so those are the emails we got.
Granted, he's got nothing but time on his hands to write emails.
13 people listen to the show, and 2 of them are Pauly Shore and Gina Davis.
Pretty good.
So that's amazing.
I think they don't count as normal people. They count a few thousand people each.
Old celebrities?
Yeah.
Oh, get another email.
She's only 60, but she's obviously had some work done.
I know. She's
smiling all the time.
I like
she's not.
the little girl in The Exorcist that played her younger, because she had the same, like, teeth, mouth, like...
Joker smile.
The same whatever acting thing.
Yeah.
Another observation. So let me tell you about my dad now. You want to check in with my dad?
Please. The senior report.
Yeah. There we go. That's a good. I'll loop that and put an echo over it. Senior report. So my dad's homeless again because that woman sold the house. That girl Michiko.
Yeah.
Sold the house, and so she was like, and then his car got impounded, so he wasn't gonna be able to spend the money to get the car because, of course, like him, he drags his feet on everything. So then he's like, "Hey, I got to get the car out by tomorrow. Can I borrow some money?" I said, "No, sorry." "Oh man, remember we used to lend money to each other all the time?" I said, "Yeah, I know, but those times are over." And so he goes, "Okay," and then he goes, "Should I get it?" I said, "I don't think you should get it. It's a fucking 94 Mercury.
It's worth $35.
That's fucking damaged. It's worth $35." And he's like, 35? Really? That's what you found? That's funny. But it's a good motor. It's a good car. I said, I don't think you should get it. So then Michiko wants to sell her Saturn Vue, which is like the SUV version. She wants to sell that. So she said she'll sell it to him because she can buy a new car. So he bought that for $1,000. He's making payments to her. Who knows if she'll get the money? $100 a month. So he gets that,
for
and he
1,000
says,
years?
and he goes, now I can live in this car forever.
Christ.
Like,
how old is your dad?
He goes, he's 67. He'll be this year. He's 66, I think. 48. Yeah.
Wow.
No, 48. 16 to. He's 68. He'll be 68, right?
Holy shit.
Wow. Anyway, I'll figure it out. But yeah. So he's like, and I can live in the SUV because it's kind of big and I can lay down in it and whatever.
Spacious.
And yeah.
Wow.
And
I was very excited about
I
that.
said, does it have like the hookup, does it have AC? Does it have, all this stuff? Yeah, it's got that. He goes, he said, the AC I got to fix, like it needs Freon or whatever. And I go, does it have like, he was talking about his phone was dying the other day. And I go, do you have a USB plug? A what? He said, a USB plug in there.
He's probably got 8 of them, but he doesn't know what you're talking about.
He goes, is that the thing that looks like a pussy?
Oh my God.
I said,
I hope not.
Yeah, Dad, I guess so. Don't fuck it. But
don't do that.
I said, yeah, and I fucking wrote that down right away. So I got to tell Joe that.
Wow.
So I go, yeah, you plug it. Oh, okay, yeah, I got one of those. Yeah, I'll have to get my cord. And da-da-da. It's like, wow.
That is amazing.
I thought so. And then something else. I'm gonna roll through this. The other one was I had a dream just earlier when I woke up. So see, and you say I don't follow through on my dreams. So I want to know what you think this is. I think I know because I'll explain it in a minute. So it was all of us sergeants, and we're like robot types, like Voltron. And there's this like regular sized guy, and he's in. Like, we're all regular sized guy, like, we're controlling these big, like, Voltron-type robots. And then the little guy, a regular sized guy, is in, like, kind of a bowl or, like an armament of a castle. But just to give you a visual of what it is.
The balls?
Yeah. No, it's like a bowl, and he's in it.
Okay.
And so the one sergeant grabs this thing with the guy in it and throws it at me.
Okay.
And so I'm like, oh shit, like this guy's gonna die. Like, what do I do? This guy that's flying at me. And I'm trying to like slow him down with my powers of my rocket hands or whatever. And I put my hands up and nothing's happening. And he's coming at me and I'm like, oh fuck, this guy's gonna die. Why is everybody watching me? Holy shit. And it just, and I moved behind a house, like to hide or to do something, to try to maybe catch him by the house. And he lands on the house and slowly kind of comes to rest on top of the house. So he doesn't get hurt. So I'm like, oh, phew. And then I try to fight back at the guy, the other sergeant, and my powers don't work. And that was the end of the dream. Then I woke up. Now what I think that means is I had a conversation with a guy the other day. One of our new sergeants was like, hey, I noticed you don't carry. What's all the other sergeants carry and you don't? Yeah. I was like, not right now. I'm full. I said,
are you allowed to?
Yeah. I have to go with the owner of the company. Yeah. We have to go shooting. And then you do like they say, like it's FBI qualifications and DPS. So like you don't just do your regular shooting for your armed card. but you also like will shoot 3 shots, drop your mag, reload, get down on one knee, shoot, 2 more times. So it's all this stuff. So I could if I wanted, but my thing is 15 years of doing security. Horrible, right? I've never gotten a fight or anything where I've needed a gun. And I know it's better to have it, not need it, not have it. But it's like, why am I going to open myself up to liabilities to have a gun? Yeah. So that's what I talked to this new sergeant, was like, why don't you have a gun? I said, I don't need it. I'm not stupid where I'm going to run into a gunfight. I'm going to call the police and fucking save myself. Yeah. So part of my thing was that I think that I felt like I have no weapons. Like, I can't help this person. And when the other guys can, do all their stuff. But the other thing... You
don't have any power there.
Yeah. Oh, well, that also. That maybe that I'm one of the... Well, that was my other thing. So, also as a sergeant, maybe the other guys, although I doubt it, because everybody's different managing style, so I'm more like treat people the way I want to be treated. The others are like, hey, why is your shirt unbuttoned or untucked or whatever. So I think it was part of that, of feeling like maybe they're doing better, like doubting myself. Yeah. But anyway, that was my dream. You have any dreams?
Nope.
Okay, thanks. Good night.
I don't remember any of my dreams. Almost never.
My other question, well, Shauna and I talked about, and I had a question, but now you're not prepared, was, well, my question was, and I've asked this before, but at your funeral, what song do you want to play at your funeral? And then another one to go with that while you're thinking is, what would your last meal be? And you guys can't say eagle, bald eagle. That's not fair.
I don't like bald eagle.
And then gamey.
Yeah, it's a little gamey. Unicorn meat's pretty nice, though.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I don't know about the song. Shit like that, I don't think about it because it doesn't matter. I'm not going to hear the song.
But see,
if I pick the song that's special to me,
right,
no one else is going to know why.
That's exactly what Sean and I were saying. Was like, Sean said, first of all, just
they're all going to think, you fucking like this song?
Sean, yeah, they'll be like, don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, like Joe like that. The thing, like Sean and I were, Sean goes, just grab my iPod, plug it in, and start playing it, like whatever's on there. I like, so. And I said, okay. I said, mine is what you told me, like Simple Man. Like I said, I'd play that just to kind of, the redo by China. And I said, then I'd play like something happy, like,
Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Yeah, I like that song.
Oh,
How dare you? You're the one at my funeral. Like, you fucking like this song? Cocktail's overrated, as Joe yells at my casket. And then the other thing that we also talked about was you don't know what others feel. You can't explain the feeling. Like Sean said, he likes Freebird. He has no idea what it's about.
Oh, he just likes the song.
But he likes the song. And I said, yeah. I said, my dad's that way. Like, I love this song. And I'm like, it's about blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no. And so, and then for my final meal, I never really answered, but maybe Mexican food, I think that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Old Roma Pizza, we could go there.
Is it still open?
We should go. I was going to say today I was going to call you over earlier and we'd go to Old Roma and then come here. But yeah, it's downtown Glendale.
Oh, that's right.
But anyway, the other thing was, and my song would be that. Sean had a question. If you could eat one food for the rest of your life, pizza or tacos, what would it be?
Oh, so I have to pick one of those two?
Yeah. So I had said pizza, and then he was like, but you can do more with a taco. And I said, but you can do more with a pizza.
Yeah, but tacos...
So then
I don't like every taco I've ever had.
Right.
But I pretty much like just about every pizza I've ever had.
Right.
So, in my opinion, it's hard to fuck up a pizza.
Yeah.
Where it's a little easier to fuck up a taco.
Yeah.
So I would probably pick pizza just because it wouldn't... The only one I really don't like is Little Caesars.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like Little Caesars more than I like Papa John's.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But
Blasphemy. Get out of my
only
house.
A hair more.
Get out of my house. This conversation's over.
No, Papa Papa John's was disgusting.
Little Caesars is like cheap and horrible.
Yes, but I don't like Papa John's just a little bit more than I don't like Little Caesars.
Interesting.
I won't eat either one.
What I do like is
But
Pizza Hut.
One of those two,
have you had the Pizza Hut 3 cheese?
I haven't had Pizza Hut
stuffed crust
in years.
Oh, it's good.
Those are novelty pizzas.
But
I go to real pizza places for pizza.
I went to Illuminati's and me and your wife, and that's what you and your wife said. And then we went to Grimaldi's. That's a good place.
Grimaldi's is good. So I would say pizza.
Yeah, I had said pizza, and then I said maybe tacos, but I think you're right. My wife said pizza, I think.
Although I had a taco at Del Taco yesterday, and I liked it. So
I
might say Del Taco tacos.
Trust me, when I'm at lunch, I go to Del Taco for I get 5 tacos.
Their burgers are really good.
Cents. Are they?
Yeah. I like their hamburgers more than I like McDonald's or Burger King.
Wow.
And their French fries are really good.
I should try that.
Yeah, you should.
My other thing, which is the elephant in the room that we haven't talked about, is Trump became president. And yeah, there's 2 things about it.
I don't like either one of them.
Right. Did you vote?
No, I did not vote for either one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, did you vote at all? Or
no, I didn't vote this time.
Okay.
But I did the last several.
Mm-hmm.
This time I didn't. Turns out it wouldn't matter.
I voted for Ross Perot back in the day. He didn't win.
Oh, I thought you did this time.
No. Yeah, that would have been great.
Is he still alive?
I think so, barely.
Yeah. I just can't get over the fact that our president is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Knowing what I know about him, where I've seen him.
Yeah.
He's been on TV.
Yeah. The Apprentice.
It's just hard to imagine that we will be saying our 45th president is Donald Trump. He will forever be in our history books as the 45th president of the United States.
Yeah. It's horrible, but here's what I was thinking the other day. First of all, everybody's freaking out over this whole thing.
Yes.
I feel, forgive anybody who's been raped. I feel like it's
where are you going with that?
I feel like it's like being raped, and we just got to bear with it.
When did you get raped? So you have the comparison.
I didn't. But when have you met Pauly Shore to know that he's an asshole? True.
I never called him an asshole.
My words are. When we talk up the air, I write everything down. So I just feel like everybody's freaking out. I think it's too late. There's nothing you can do. He'll either fuck up and be impeached, or do something illegal, or do something wrong, or he's just going to be like they kind of said after the. I don't know if every president-elect who's come on to give his speech, if the vice president has come on first and then he's come on, because from what I was hearing on NPR, they were saying
I didn't see.
They were saying it was right when he gave his speech, and the vice president came on first, vice president-elect, and they said that more seemed like he's going to let him run the show, because he had told that guy when he was like, "Are you ready to be the most powerful vice president in the world or in history?" Because I think he's just going to sit back and let everything else happen, let the other guys run the show, and he doesn't really have to do anything. My thing on that is there's two things to that. One is he thinks he can come in and say, "Let's build a wall, let's get rid of Muslims and Mexicans," and what's going to happen is he's got to have checks and balances, and he's got to go through the proper procedures.
But see, the thing is, it's all run by Republicans now.
Right, yeah.
Both Congress and everything is Republicans now, so he's got all the support he's going to need.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot easier for him to do what he wants to do now. Everyone's on his... Well, his party is on his side, whether they will want to do what... Yeah. Because his party didn't really like him either.
Nobody really supported him. Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm just worried. I'm not freaking out. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's just the fact that it's Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He's a joke. I mean, he's always been a joke. Yeah. Now he's going to run the strongest country in the world. Yeah. And he's got a lot of crazy ideas. Mm-hmm. Well, not crazy. Some of them are crazy to me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I liked I think it was Obama and Clinton had the thing about having the illegals go and, you have to, you register, you do whatever, and then you can stay here instead of just deporting them right away. Like, give them a chance, whatever.
Yeah.
Because that's, give us you're tired, you're poor, you're weak.
Yeah. But that was a long time ago.
I know.
I'm not racist.
Right.
But the immigration kind of is a problem here.
Right.
Or it can be.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep hearing people say that there isn't really that big of a problem.
Mm.
Which that may be true. People say that the number of people coming here is not anywhere near as bad as everyone thinks it is.
Yeah.
In fact, that it's far less.
Yeah.
Regardless, they're called illegal aliens for a reason. It's against the law the way they're coming into the country.
Yeah.
It's the same for any country, not just us.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to go to Australia.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to live there.
Yeah.
You can visit, but you're not allowed to live there without permission.
Yeah.
So I don't see that it's any different.
Yeah.
And I read something that he had, he's willing to give people citizenship, but they should, I think it was something, if they serve in the military, then you're out of he says, which is fair.
Yeah.
But if they want to come here, just do it legally.
Yeah.
That's all. And don't come here not speaking English.
Yeah.
Because that's not fair. I have to be
we have to learn your
speak
language
your
when we go to Mexico. Yeah.
That wouldn't fly in any other country.
Yeah.
So just do it right. That's all I say.
Yeah.
I don't care how many of anybody comes here, as long as they do it legally. They pay their share of taxes.
Yeah, then
they
go
speak
for it.
the language.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't stop speaking your own language, but if you're going to come to America, learn English.
Yeah.
Then we're fine.
Yeah. I agree. Joe Weidman for president.
No.
And then the other thing is the bad thing about Trump, everything, but is that he now, like they said, I heard this the other day, I didn't even think about it, but now he's going to pick the Supreme Justice, and that's going to be forever, like for that, and
those
it's going to be his choice, like, and so he's going to pick some people who think like him. I think two, I think, something like that. Because
that's going to be Republican run too.
He's going to overthrow the Obama, whatever, the health care, which I don't care about. But he's going to.
A lot of people did.
Yeah, I know. He's going to
even though it's not working as well as
well as they thought.
They thought it was going to, but still, people do depend on it.
Yeah,
so
but
we'll see.
My question to you before we started, and you were like, "What do you mean?" Because that's how you talk when we're off the air.
Yeah.
What do you mean, man? I said, "What would the first thing do when you become president? What's the first thing you do?" And I don't mean like I'm going to choose this guy. I'm going to go bowling in the White House. Whatever. I mean, like me, it would be who killed Kennedy. I want to see those files. Because it's been bothering me.
That's probably what I would do too.
And then
Area 51.
That's what I figured. Well, Area 51 I thought was already open. Oh, you mean was there really aliens? Yeah. And then I would say that's a good one. I didn't think of that. And then my other one would be I want to see the crime scene photos of Bin Laden. Like, let me see his dead body. Let me see.
Do you not believe he's dead? Or you
no. That's the other thing. That's the other. America thought how easy to go. We killed him, and it's like, well, where's he at? Like, everybody wanted to see his body, and they were they dumped him overseas. Yeah, and it's like, really? So, probably in a big sunglass case, like Spock in Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, I have no doubt that he's dead.
Right. Me neither, but I want to see, like, where he was living. Like, I want to see pictures of that shit house.
Yeah.
And I just want to see, like, his dead body, and whatever. And his dead wives that he threw in front.
Did he?
That's what they said. They said as soon as they were coming in the door, he like pushed the one in front with her AK, nice. And then like they shot her, and then they shot him. So double tap. Pow, 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 pow. And then that guy got in trouble because he wrote a book, and then he got in trouble. That Navy SEAL.
Oh yeah.
So
ask them. I'll bet you every single one of those Navy SEALs took pictures while they were there.
Yeah.
With their phones.
Yeah, because 13 people listen to the show. You think one of them is him? Gina Davis, Pauly Shore, listen. I guess
one of them can be.
I'll say, hey, send me those pictures.
SEAL Team 6.
But the other thing was what?
So yeah.
Oh, so what would you do?
It would be the Area 51 thing.
Yeah.
So I can say cool or tell all these psychos to shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah. Well, that would be another thing. Like you almost want to go, just leak this there's no aliens.
They've always said that.
Right.
It's not news anymore.
Right. They've said that.
The only thing that would be news is if they said, "Look, we were lying. Here's the proof."
Right.
Yes.
The other thing that I was thinking about, dang it, I almost lost it, was Area 51. Oh, do you think, I'm talking just off the top of my head, do you think that there was some kind of payment going on? Somebody was paid off somehow down the line, and somewhere up the line it came to that FBI director who then said, we're going to open up the email case again on Clinton. Because I think that really did hurt her. And I'm not going, my Hillary, I'm just like, what? It kind of is interesting that did come out, and we had already put in our, early ballot vote. But then everybody who was going to the polls on Tuesday, either they had already early voted and sent it in of saying, we don't believe, she is a crook. And, when then it comes out like, oh, sorry, I even opened my mouth. There's nothing. It's all good.
Yeah. The whole email thing, I don't know. She's a politician, so I think politician is Latin for liar.
Mm-hmm.
So all politicians are liars and cheats and thieves.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is a thief. He's a crooked businessman.
Yeah,
he's not even a good businessman.
He knows how to manipulate it so he don't have to pay taxes. He's going to run the country
like a business. He's a businessman, but he's got 7 or 8 bankrupted companies under his belt.
Yeah, that's what my wife was saying.
Including that Trump University, which was just
a front.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're both bad.
Yeah.
Equally. You can say she's a liar and a cheat, but so is he.
Yeah.
So...
But do you think somebody, that's why I'm saying the FBI director may have not been paid, but somebody somewhere said they paid somebody enough to where you go, look, you believe that it's still crooked, then if I give you more money, it's not paying you to go against your values because that's what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Lean against that we need to open that back up. And then that person leans against the FBI director. The FBI director says, okay, we'll open it back up. And then turns out that there's nothing.
Yeah.
But then it's already been smeared.
Yeah.
So.
I see that hurting her.
Yeah. Because, and then that's the other weird thing with this election was the popular vote went to Clinton.
Yeah.
But the electoral went to him.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense at all.
So it's like, wow. But it's crazy.
Yeah. I don't understand why they say every vote counts. If that were the case, then it would be more... The popular vote should be, the popular vote.
Yeah.
Whoever the most people voted for should be president.
Yeah.
So that's how it's supposed to work, but that's not how it works. So
Exactly.
I never understood why we used the Electoral College.
Yeah.
I also never bothered to look it up, so it could be
yeah. My wife looked it up yesterday, and she was like, "Oh, here's how it happens. It's the House of Representatives, everybody who votes. There's like so many, like we have 11 senators or whatever, and so then that goes into that, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so that's all my stuff. What do you got for me? We got some time.
I found an article I wanted to show you.
Uh-oh.
That is very odd and disgusting.
It's probably the
I
Trump
also
became
wanted to ask
president.
you, do you have any... for some reason, I really am into cover songs.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any that you know of that you like? That you think are particularly good?
What's funny is that they're probably all ones that you shared with me, because that one was Who Wants to Live Forever?
Yeah.
By, forget who that was by. 3 Doors Down? No. I know.
Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah. And then the Disturbed, Sound of Silence.
Yeah.
I like Sarah McLachlan does a Rainbow Connection. That's really good.
What is that?
That's
No,
someday you'll find me a rainbow connection.
Oh, from the Muppet
The
movie.
lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Yeah. They covered Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay.
You see, you'll see.
You'll see.
That fucking hard bodies guy, fucking red-haired, fucking freak.
Well,
you know what he was in?
No.
My wife loves Burbs, and I got to look at that guy every time she watches fucking Burbs. The red-haired guy. He was in Children of the Corn.
Oh, that guy.
And he was the guy that was like,
what was his name?
he
Malachi
just said "fuck you," and
like
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He just said "fuck you" in 50 different languages. Yeah.
No. But the cover songs thing, I have a bunch on my phone already.
And of course.
Desperado, like Clint Black.
Clint Black. Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Sound of Silence by Disturbed.
Do you like the Clint Black one better than the Eagles one?
I like it better.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I like it better just because it's the sound of it sounds a little newer, but it sounds basically the same. He doesn't.
And I finally
the Eagles songs, a lot of them are very country-ish sounding already.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's completely different, and plus it's a live version, but it's really good.
Oh, cool! I finally about a year ago. You got it there? You want to play it for us?
No, I'm not gonna play it.
You can play 30 seconds of it.
30
or
seconds.
less.
That's
You can
a
play.
lot.
You can play
I'll
less.
play it later.
What? Oh, about maybe a year ago or a little more is when I finally figured out what Desperado was all about. It's about like building walls, like you don't want to let anybody in, and let some people in. Anyway, what's another one?
Oh, that was it? There was more to that.
No, it's just about like I was like, oh, it's really about a cowboy making fences.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh no, it's about people putting up fences and always watching that and don't want to let anybody in, and you should let people in. Yeah.
You mentioned Sound of Silence, Disturbed. They also have Living After Midnight.
Oh yeah.
And Midlife Crisis.
You want me to sing it? After midnight.
Yeah. Midlife Crisis. You know that one?
Sounds familiar.
Can't think of the original bands. If I think about it, I'll let you. You know the song.
Yeah.
Shout.
Oh yeah, Disturbed did Shout.
Yeah. And Land of Confusion.
Oh yeah.
Genesis.
Yeah, they did a lot. Yeah, I forgot that they did a bunch. Yeah.
You know the band Hinder?
Land of Confusion's good. Yeah.
They did Take Me Home Tonight. Eddie Money.
Oh, cool.
So that sounds good. They did Born to Be Wild. Steppenwolf.
Cool.
They did Thunderstruck, AC/DC, which sounds really good.
Oh, I'll have to check that one out. I love Thunderstruck.
Yeah. Seether. You know Seether?
Yeah.
They did I've Got You Under My Skin.
Oh.
Which is very odd, but I like it a lot.
That's cool.
Careless Whisper.
Oh, yeah?
Which is a really good cover.
Yeah. That's all by him. Those are by Hinder.
No, those
Seether, I mean. Seether did put them.
And then Shine Down, Simple Man.
Yeah.
Skindred, a band called Skindred, did Electric Avenue.
Oh, cool.
Volbeat has I Only Want to Be With You, which is like a 50s, from the 50s or 60s.
Uh-huh.
And they also have I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, which is also another.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Elvis,
is it Elvis or?
I'm so lonesome I could die.
Oh, yeah, no, I Could Cry.
No, I Could Cry.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
But
he covered
there's a word, but it's titled something else. Are you lonely tonight? I don't know.
No,
anyway. No, that's
anyway.
Sorry.
Space Oddity.
Like, stop singing. Space Oddity by David Bowie.
Yeah, well, another Lady Heroine did a cover of it. So
interesting. I'll have to check all those out. And then you'll have to you can hold it up to the. Not yet. Can you hold it closer to the mic? Okay. I hate when you're like.
You don't know this song?
It sounds like Guar is singing it.
No, the story guy, he's got that
right.
deep voice.
What song is this?
Midlife Crisis.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of the name of the band.
Right. Yeah. No, it's a good one. Oh, I love it. Desperado is one of my all-time favorite songs.
Yeah. We're not going to listen to the whole thing.
Ah, wanted to hear him sing it. I could sing it for you.
No, that's okay.
All right. You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Tangled up in this fucking...
Did you hear about this girl, Mary
Gina
Toft?
Davis again?
Mary Toft, who in 1726...
1726?
She became pregnant, but following reported fascination with the sightings of a rabbit, she miscarried. Her
what?
claim...
Wait. What?
Okay.
Say that last part again.
Okay. In 1726, Toft became pregnant, but
Okay.
following her reported fascination with the sightings of a rabbit, she miscarried.
So because she saw a rabbit, she miscarried?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's a reason for it.
Okay.
Her claim to have given birth to various animal parts prompted the arrival of John Howard, a local surgeon who investigated the matter. He delivered several pieces of animal flesh and duly notified other prominent physicians, which brought the case to the attention of Nathaniel St. Andrew, surgeon to the royal household of King George. And he concluded that Toft's case was genuine, but the king also sent surgeon Saraika, Mr. Allers, who remained skeptical. But then, quite famous, Toft was brought to London and studied at length, and under intense scrutiny. By producing no more rabbits, she confessed to the hoax and was subsequently imprisoned as a fraud. So she...
They put her in prison for lying?
I think,
Did she get anything out of it?
No, she... The thing was that she had said...
no more.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No more. Okay.
Thank you for not listening
Yeah,
to
I'm
the current story. She had taken body parts of rabbits and shoved them up her cooch. And then...
Okay, but to what end? What was she trying?
And she was trying to be... She wanted to be famous. Because
Okay.
she was one of these Walmart shoppers.
In the 1700s? That's going to make you famous? And for what?
I think she thought she wanted the attention. And then also after that, when they sent surgeons and stuff, she was like, hey, maybe the king can just pay me like money every month. And I'll just be this oddity and I'll be cool and I'll be rich now. And they were like, no. And then they, I don't think they prisoned her for a long time, but they put her in there for a little bit, and then she ended up dying like later on. But
later on.
So here's where the story first became public attention on October 1726, when reports began to reach London. An account appeared in the Mist Weekly Journal on November 19, 1726. From Guildford comes a strange but well-assisted piece of news that a poor woman who lives in Godalming, near the town, was about a month past delivered Mr. John Howard, an eminent surgeon and man midwife of a... I'm sorry, I'm horrible at reading it. Anyway, 14 days since, was delivered by the same person of a perfect rabbit, and in a few days after of 4 more. And on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 4th, 5th, and 6th instant of one in each day. In all 9, they died, all in bringing into the world. The woman hath made oath that 2 months ago, being working in a field with other women, they put up a rabbit, who running from them, they pursued it, but to no purpose. This created in her such a longing to it, that she, being with child, was taken ill and miscarried, and from that time she hath not been able to avoid thinking of rabbits. People, after all, differ much in their opinion about the matter, some looking upon them as great curiosities, fit to be presented in the Royal Society, etc. Others are angry at the account, and say that if it be fact, a veil should be drawn over it as an imperfection in human nature. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. And she ended up dying in 1763.
Where did you find that and why?
It was on BBC. They have like Witness or like history type stuff.
Oh.
And so this one was like, here's something from this woman delivered rabbit. And I'm like, what? And they said there was a point when she was laying on the bed and her belly was like moving. Like there was a baby in there kicking.
Yeah.
And so the guy was like, and the bed was kind of jumping and moving. And, you know, this doctor that's reporting back to the king. And then so I'm thinking she put live rabbits up her. And then they suffocated and died. And then when she had them, that they were dead. So, yeah, I would think you'd scramble your innards if you put a rabbit in there kicking around. But, yeah, that's that story. Have you watched anything on Netflix or...
No.
Nothing new. What's your new shows? When the show started in the season, what are your shows that you watch?
Just Exorcist.
That's all? You don't watch nothing else? You must be busy.
No, that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't like.
I mean, I've tried other shows, but I didn't like Lethal Weapon.
Right.
But I didn't like them, so I stopped.
So you gave up with Lethal Weapon after that second episode. Yeah. Wow. Oh, so I started to watch because I like Kevin James because I like King of Queens.
Yeah.
And so I said, oh, it starts out like horrible. Like that first episode I was like, they're laughing at just him trying to get his keys and sneak out the door. And then the second one got a little better, and then it got better as it went. And so I gave it a chance about five episodes in. Yeah. So at about 4 or 5 episodes in, then it was kind of cool because then they brought Ray Romano on. Because, you know, he was, before King of Queens, he was on Ray's show. And then on King of Queens, he was on his show. Yeah. And then, so he had him on, and then I guess on this recent one, they had Adam Sandler on, because him and Kevin James are friends. So,
I think that was try to bring in viewers.
I think so.
Ratings.
I think so. But that's just like, you know, if you watch Rules of Engagement, like that's a really good show with David Spade. So. You never watch it?
I have.
Okay.
I just don't believe it's that great.
It's out of some of the others, like you watch
the thousands of shows you watch.
Yeah, no. If you watch that show, and then you watch a show that he did recently called Crowded, that Joe from Family Guy did. It was on CBS or one of those channels, and it was supposed to be him and his wife. They finally got rid of the kids. Kids were all moved out. Everything was good. Yeah, and then all of a sudden it was kind of like this Kevin James thing where it wasn't real funny. They were trying to pull the laughs and had Stacy Keach in it. It was like, and so next to that, Rules of Engagement is a good show. But I'm just saying for like something that you can kind of throw on like Till Death or that, like you could watch those and just you don't like that either.
Can't do that.
You don't like Everybody Loves Raymond.
I don't like to watch shit in the background. If I'm gonna watch something, I want to watch it, and it has to be good. If it's not good, then I'm not gonna waste my time.
I agree. I am with you. Here's what sucks about.
How many seasons of Baby Daddy did you watch?
Listen, you son of a bitch. Only part of season 5 because my wife wanted to continue it. And because for her it's mindless stuff that she can just play.
Well, I can't.
But to me, then I'm like, well, now I'm invested. What's going to happen? No, they're horrible people. Those people. Although all sitcoms, people are kind of horrible people. Like you look at Seinfeld, like they kind of wrap that up with them being fucking selfish pricks, and they get put in the jail.
It's literally a horrible person.
Well, yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And then what was the other thing? So we were talking about.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That was a senior moment right there.
I know, right? No, we were talking about series. So, no, I'm trying to. So I told my wife the other day. I said, "Honey, I want to get some movie or something," and she goes, "But I was kind of joking." But I said, "I want to buy whatever it was. I forget." And she was like, "You can't do that until you." Maybe it's a drone. Like I was joking about a drone or something. She goes, "Why don't you?" No, it was a movie.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. It was a movie because she goes, "Why don't you watch Dexter, like all these great shows. When you're sitting there watching these horrible shows, she goes, why don't you watch Dexter and watch, finish all those shows, then talk to me about, about what you want, and talk to me about, hey, honey, why don't you watch Daredevil, or why don't you watch Jessica Jones? And she's like, why don't you shut your mouth? Why don't you watch Dexter and some good stuff?
Why won't she? Why does she think those shows aren't good?
She doesn't. She knows that they are, but she's also got other things to watch. Like, she told me to watch Bloodline, and I watched it, and I loved it. It's a good show. You should check it out.
You say that literally every time I come over here.
Because I'm waiting for then I go, you watching anything on Netflix? And Joe goes, I'm watching Bloodline. Oh, my God, dude, it's great. But then the other thing, talking about
is that the one with
maybe this is what I was going to say. No, that's
Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods, yeah.
What is Bloodline?
Blue Balls, it's called.
Oh,
that's my show.
I watched that one.
No, Bloodline is where they're in Florida. It's the guy from Friday Night Lights, and it's Sissy
Spacek. The Netflix show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I haven't watched it. But that's one I kind of wanted to watch.
Okay, you should.
I might watch that one.
It's I breezed through it like pretty quick, and she went through it like in a week, like both seasons, and I was like, holy shit.
Is your wife watching Exorcist?
No. She never saw. She might have seen the original back in the day, but no, I know. But she just like every time I put it on, it's like this, Joe, at my house. Let me explain it to you.
What she watches is good, and what you watch is not so good.
Well, to her, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. And like, hey, honey, here's how old I've become. When I come home in the morning, we watch court shows until I go to bed.
Court shows.
Yeah.
Judge Judy court shows?
In between there, there's one Forensic Files that comes on that we watch.
You mean like Judge Judy?
Yeah, but better. It's Judge.
Better.
No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. Judge Alex.
I know these people.
Judge
Judy and People's Court. That's all I know.
There's a new one called the Hot Bench, and it's 3 judges, and so she watches all these, and I'm like, so like this morning, I said, honey,
these are all shows that are on in the middle of the afternoon.
They're
when people
early.
Do not work.
6 a.m. 6 a.m. to about 10.
She works, but or goes to school, but
but
these are for people who don't have jobs.
Yeah, 6 a.m. to 10 or 11. Mm-hmm. So I come home, and so I'm like, oh, honey, I want to watch The Exorcist because I knew that I want to talk to you about it. And so she's like, okay, go ahead. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and play it on my computer with my headphones. I'll let her, even though she was sleeping, I'll let her that TV play. And but then when I try to go to bed, just like you said, like you can't just have something mindlessly playing. Mm-hmm. When I try to go to bed, she loves just playing the TV and she can sleep to that. Mm-hmm. I can't. Now I'm invested in this court case, and I gotta like, oh my God, what the fuck?
The court case that'll be over in 20 minutes or in 10 minutes.
But then it leads to another one, and I'm like, I'm trying
Unless
to fucking
it's a murder
sleep.
case,
right?
I don't give a shit.
Look, Joe, here's what happened. Right, this person, their dog attacked a cat. It was vitally important. No, so here's what Chip told me about his wife that was crazy. That I can't believe he does this. This would be like you're and my wife saying, like we're getting ready to watch a show. He says, puts on like Flash or whatever he's going to watch. She's sitting there, and all of a sudden she'll go, and in the middle of it, she'll go, honey, look at this. And she'll want to show him something on Facebook. Oh. And he's got to pause it.
Because it's not important.
And then she either shows it to him or she'll throw it up on the TV and go, look at that, isn't that neat? Or watch his video.
Watch something?
Yeah, and he's like, okay. And then he flips back. He goes, I've gotten used to it now. I said, well, that's like me. I said, I've finally gotten used to, like you said about the music, like I've told you about Running Scared. I can't tell my wife Running Scared is great because all she says is the Paul Walker one's better. And I go, no, you don't understand why this is good.
I don't think it's better. It's not the same.
Right. But same thing with you and I watching that and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. We can fucking crack up at John Candy turning that light off. Yeah. And fucking anybody else would just go, yeah, what's so funny about it? And a Casio. Yeah. And people go, whatever. Like,
what's a Casio?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
because you're 10 years older than she is.
But, right, and that's where, like we said, like, then there's things like, I'll just go, you never saw Alf? And then all of a sudden, I got to sit through 4 seasons of Alf. And it's like, holy shit. But then I go, honey, I want to watch Fall Guy because it's nostalgic. put on Fall Guy, and she's just like, really? I go, well, see, he's a stunt man who's a bounty hunter. She goes, yeah, I got it. I understand.
It's not that complex.
Not a deep premise. And
yeah, well, she'll watch Alf, but Alf is funny, and
right,
Fall Guy is
right,
not supposed to be funny, but it's
but it's more nostalgic for that, and this is why now you've brought me up to what I brought up with.
He's a stuntman, but I never, even back then, I didn't like the fact that he's a stuntman.
Yeah.
So you never see him do anything.
Right.
But if you do see him doing it, it's on a green screen, or
yeah.
however they did
yeah, doing skis or whatever.
Yeah, just driving that stupid truck. The majors couldn't just drive a truck.
Yeah.
They had to have it was so ridiculous.
Right. Well, that's like I was watching Everything Wrong with Die Hard, and it was there's a thing, the Cinema Sins has Everything Wrong with, but they also have damage from movies, like how much damage was done in Die Hard, and so it was showing that. But whenever they would pause a scene of like the drywall, like here's how much for $51 for a door or drywall, it showed like that stunt guy being hit into
it's clearly not Bruce Willis.
But something that I did want to bring up that I wish you were with me, and we do need to go because it's a fucking badass place. I almost bought you a Slave One the other day. Well, you listened to the show, so you heard that. But it was $45. And I said, I'm not spending $10 on Condom Man. Why would I spend $45 on Slave One? And it doesn't even have fucking Han Solo in it. A frozen Han Solo. And
where is this place?
So I go to this place. I know you're like, it sounds like heaven.
Sounds like heaven. Where is it?
When we die, we'll go there.
Okay.
It's on 20th Street and Indian School, and it's called Collectible whatever, something collectibles. And so I went in there. I said, honey, I'm gonna go look at that. Spent fucking 2 hours in this place. They have all the Pop Funko figures, which they make Golden Girls now, by the way.
Wow.
They have all those. They have Back to the Future those. And then you go through, and it's kind of like a consolidated place where, like, there's a little section of, like, wrestling figures. Remember the wrestlers? Maybe you get the WWF figures?
No.
You never... No, but you remember them. You may have never got them.
Yes.
I had Andre and Hulk Hogan. I'd fight them. Anyway.
Wow.
And they have, like, He-Man stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they have G.I. Joe stuff. And they have Star Wars stuff and all this.
Oh, okay.
So I get in there and I go, oh my God, I've always wanted a Millennium Falcon. Original Millennium Falcon. Never had one. Never rich. And Chip explained this to me, though, which is very good. First of all, Chip goes, I actually had 2 Millennium Falcons. He said I broke one or lost one and my parents bought me another one. He said, but I actually then was tired of the Millennium Falcon, wanted something else, but they replaced his Millennium Falcon. I said, let me tell you, I had a fucking toilet paper roll that my dad cut a door in when I was like, can I have an X-Wing fighter to go with this X-Wing pilot of Luke? And he was like, use this. And I was like, really? So I had that, fucker. But then Chip was like, you actually had a lot of like G.I. Joe stuff. Like you had the striker. Yeah, you had the... He said I had the big...
Did you have the base?
I had the base.
Yeah, I never had that.
I had the tank.
I never had that.
I had the big jet.
I never had that. So you had the big stuff.
And I had the A-10, the Cobra.
I never had that either.
And then I had like the little thing. So I had all the G.I. Joe stuff. So he's like, you had a lot of that. And I said, yeah. I said, but on Star Wars, all I had was like a snow speeder and a twin pod cloud car. And that was it. And the twin pod cloud car was the lamest fucking...
I had that too. I don't know why.
And I
would have wanted it, but...
I think it's just the parents saw Star Wars.
Probably.
And they were like,
I may not have asked for that one.
Because I opened it for Christmas and was like, there's no pilots for it. Like, who do I gotta fly this around? It's got no guns on it, I don't think. Like,
yeah, it does, because they shoot an Empire one there.
Oh, yeah.
Escorting them in, they like take a...
Oh, yeah, take a warning shot of their bow, across the bow.
Yeah.
So I go there, and I'm like, I want a Millennium Falcon. $200 or something for these Millennium Falcons. And I'm like, and then you look at them, and I'm like, this thing's the size of my iPad. Like this, I thought it was bigger. Like not that small, but I remember
it's probably
it being right.
Not that big, a little bit smaller than
the table. And so I thought, like, of course you're a little kid, so it looks bigger. But I was like, oh my gosh, and so I'm like, maybe I should get that. Then I find a Slave One, And I go, oh my God, how great is it?
Oh, you mean the slave, that size?
The regular, yeah, the regular,
slave one.
The one that you had.
Yeah.
So I said, how great would it be? I buy Joe Slave 1. He comes over to do the podcast. I have it sitting there. Awesome, right? I said, how much for this? There's no price on it. The guy, smelly fucking guy, goes, oh, well, let me take it over, bring it up front, I'll check. Goes and checks, comes back, yeah, it's $45. Said, okay. It's got like the doors missing off of it where you pull Han out. And remember how that door
why it's
kind
not
of came
200.
And then all the stickers for it were like in the cockpit, like crumbled, like you're supposed to take them out and put them on. So I was like, no.
No one ever put the stickers on it?
I guess not.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm like, okay. And then I find another one that's also $45. It's in better shape than that one, but still no Han. But I was like, $45. So here's what I'm thinking. For one, if I get a Millennium Falcon, $200. Now, I'm going to bring it here, hang it up, just to relive something that I never had. Like, what the fuck? I give you a Slave 1, $45. You look at it here, you go, that's great. And then that's it. Like,
I would actually give it to Joshua.
Like, I bought you this. This was for you. I said, Joe and I love Child's Play.
Did you tell me that? Because
Yes.
I remember you.
I brought in the box. It comes in the good guy box and everything. I said, Joe, I got you this. And he talks and everything.
Well, John, it's been fun, but I gotta go. I have a date with a 6-year-old boy.
That sounds
Kind of
very
perverted.
creepy.
Yeah. Here's your favorite. Saku. But anyway, I bought this for you.
Uh-huh.
In the box. I said, Joe, look, it's a good guy box, good guy everything. It's so awesome. And you were like, I'm not gonna put it up in my house. I go, what the fuck? I'm an adult. And and I said, but it comes like it's the original box. Like, how cool is that? And
no, that's cool.
And you were like, I don't want it. You can have it. And I was like, fuck. I was so excited. Like, Joe's gonna fucking love it. And you were just like, yeah, you can have it. So
Tracy would never let me put that up anywhere.
No, I know. My wife it freaks my wife out.
It's a little creepy.
That's what you and Sean say. I like it.
Although that's not how we looked in the box.
No, I know. You're saying I should put him. Oh, you mean with the mouth open?
Well, that's how he looks.
Right.
Evil.
Right. Yeah. He should look. He looks
good
like,
guy. Looks like that.
Yeah.
Which is almost creepier if you had, if it was just that. I've seen them like actual size.
Oh,
like they were in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, they had, so they had those over there. They didn't have these. That's why I was like, this is unique. This is the actual movie perfect, good guy doll.
Yeah.
And the other one, the ones that they had were like already cut up as from Curse of Chucky or Bride of Chucky.
Yeah.
And then they had the real big ones. And, so then I said, what did I say? Oh, so I said, I'm going to bring Joe the Slave 1, and he's just going to fucking be like, you can have it. And then I'm going to hang that up, $45 for just Joe to go, that's cool, and leave. When he could have probably got the same thing out of us walking through the store like I did for 2 hours. Yeah. Oh, and I bought this, by the way.
I saw that. That's cool.
Yeah. So it's a podcast buddy or something.
Did you post that? Or?
Yeah, I posted it. So this is what I found there. It was $10.
Do they only have that?
Yeah. It seemed like they came in with a bunch, but that's the only one that they only had Kevin Smith. But so I went through there. I was like, oh my God, they got this. But I'm also knowing when I come home, I couldn't go, honey, I just spent $200 on Millennium Falcon or $45 on, whatever.
Okay.
Because it's like the music. Like you can't put across what you felt. And even if I had an X-Wing and I was playing with it right now, I'd play with it for maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'd be, okay, I've relived that. Now I'm good. And these fucking wings still don't lock into place. Fucking horrible. Gonna fucking push down real hard.
Yeah.
Although I do like the new X-Wing.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of that, Sean the other day, I talked to Sean about, did you see the new Rogue One trailer? He said no. I said, I think we were out to eat. And then he's like, when does that take place? What's the timeline of that? I said, what? Are you fucking serious? What's the timeline of Rogue One? Know. Like, yeah, I'm like, takes place before, like, But I don't think he's a big Star Wars fan. He likes Triple X. Jesus Christ. No, he knows that that's horrible. That new trailer came out, and
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's horrible. It's got a motorcycle. You push a button on, and a little ski pops out of the front tire, like underneath, so he can use it like a jet ski.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a motorcycle, dirt bike. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And there's a part on the preview where he's in a plane, like a big jumbo jet, not a carrier that's gonna crash. He runs from the back out the back where the tail section's out where they load in vehicles, and jumps, and the whole thing explodes behind him. So awesome. It's horrible. So, but anyway.
Hey, where's Sergio at? Why hasn't he been on?
He died. No. So I write him and I go, hey, like every week I send everybody, hey, the show's up.
Mm-hmm.
And I send that to Sergio, and one time he was like, hey man, we should get together and do a show or just hang out. And I said, okay. I said, I'm off now, Sundays and Mondays. Let's hang out. He said, okay. So I wait, and then Sunday comes. I'm like, hey man, Sunday's coming. Oh yeah, well I'm busy. We're out of town this Sunday. Okay. How about maybe next? Okay, yeah, next Sunday. And then, sorry, plans came up or whatever. So I was like, okay. So then I'm like, well, I'm not going to look like a fool and keep going. Andy, don't be a fool.
I'm not going to be don't ignore me, Sergio.
So I said, I'm not going to keep writing him and him just, So I'm like,
well, you did me.
I'll just wait. Well, that's because I got you're the one that stuck with it. So, and like I've said before, my wife said, out of everybody, I thought Sergio would be the one sticking with it, and everybody else would have fell away already. But it's the opposite. Sergio's gotten busy, and everybody else is kind of. So then recently, Sergio's like, okay, I'll hang out. We'll do that. And I said, okay. He goes, yeah, we need to definitely get together. He said, I'm listening to a couple of shows, whatever. I said, okay. And then I said, okay, I'm off Sunday, Monday. Okay, not this Sunday, but maybe. And so I'm like, okay. So I just write him like I do, and then, we'll figure it out. But he hasn't yet. But when we do, it'll be exciting because he's got a lot of stuff going on. I was going to replay some of the old shows that we had that are dated because it's like, what about the new thing? What do you think of that? And it's like, oh. But anyway. All right, I guess that's our show. Joe wants to leave. Thought we'd have a extended big giant show. But
what time is it? I didn't say I had to leave.
It's 7:40. On a Wednesday. Yeah, we're putting the show. No, I know. It's been an hour and 12 minutes.
I didn't talk about the story I found about.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
I'll just read the thing. I can't really. Hey, you guys, want to take your mind off the election for a second and focus on a disaster even bigger than what we've got going on politically? Yeah, you do. And we've been scouring the internet all day trying to find you something, anything that could make you say, hey, look at me. I'm not thinking about the election right now, and I'm doing okay. You ready? Because it's Semen Smoothies.
Oh.
If you're not familiar with Tracy Kiss, the woman who's speaking out about the health benefits of drinking sperm in order to avoid colds and other minor temporary ailments, for which medicines exist, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah, why do that?
Let's get caught up.
Be like my dad. I'll tell my dad, Dad, you're into naturopathic medicine. Why don't you
just drink some Coke?
Yeah, let me come in your mouth. Hey, Dad, can I come in your mouth? Yeah.
She's a former model and mother of two who's already made major headlines thanks to her staunch advocacy for semen facials, for making her skin look perfect. But Kiss isn't a one-pump pony. No, now she's ingesting semen by the tubeful to keep her health in check, telling the Sun, the paper, I guess, the Sun, not her son, the Sun, that she's got a friend who comes over 3 times a week with a hopefully frozen donation to aid her cause.
Like a frozen, a smoothie, yeah, that's where the smoothie comes in. Or the popsicle, you can do come in an ice tray and give it to you.
Quote, it can taste really good, depending on what my friend has been eating.
Oh. I've heard that. If you eat pineapple, it's better.
I think Dr. Drew would always say that wasn't true.
Yeah, but then
because it would also affect the taste of your snot, your everything.
Yeah.
Come out of you would taste differently.
My poop.
Yeah, my other mates think this must be in England. She must be British. Right. My other mates think I'm strange, but I don't give a toss.
Wow.
I know she's healthy. I know he's healthy. Doesn't smoke, drink, or do drugs, and I made him have an STI check. She said. All joking aside, and there had been some joking. We all know that. Kiss says that there's nothing sexual about her arrangement with her pal, and that she's making Semen Smoothies purely for the health benefits, which she may know a thing or two about, considering that she's both a personal trainer and a certified nutritional advisor. Kiss told The Sun that the concoctions she makes with fruit and chia seeds, sometimes she'll drink the semen neat if her donor hasn't been drinking alcohol or eating anything smelly. Have brightened her mood and given her more energy than she's ever had before, and she says that it's time we stop getting freaked out about what she's doing and start embracing the natural health aspects of male ejaculate.
Wow. That leads so many questions. The one, like you said, is
where
like
has she
it
been
said
all my life?
Well, yeah. The one is, so this guy just comes over.
Literally.
Does he? Yeah, and then she doesn't give a toss, but she gives a toss.
I think he brings over.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so what fun is that for him? Like, here, put this on your face.
Get it right from the source.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you want it. Like, suck it from the hose.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, it's and then it's so weird. People are weird. Yeah. But you'll have to send me that so I can share it on our Facebook page. And if you want to look at our Facebook page, anyone, go to facebook.com/It's Kind of a Funny Podcast and send us any emails like Gina Davis and Pauly Shore did at It's Kind of Funny Podcast @gmail.com. And until next week, I am Philip, and until whenever,
I am Joe.
Yay! Dun, 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 dun.
Can you really deep throat balloons? Do pregnant strippers make us swoon? What makes Joe masturbate? Is Sergio really straight? No, girl. It's kind of a funny podcast. It ain't for the money podcast. It's kind of a funny podcast. So turn it up on a podcast. Digging through the garbage just to find the next topic. Oh yeah.